Scene 14. Enter Iago and Rodrigo.
Whilst I do owe thee much for words thou didst relay to sailors mine, to then promote my station to the captain of this ship, continuance of long delays for our departure caused by thee cannot revive when we make port again before we land on shores of home. If I give mercy to some men and not to other men, they will suspect what knowledge we do fear of what occurred between the captain past and two of us. I prithee end thy jaunts about the land. We are already late for our expected coming home and must make haste.
I will decease the cause of my delays. No more shall hinder thee.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope thou didst discover some amount of victory for what attempts thou didst enact for betterment, and didst improve the quality of thy oft melancholic thoughts.
No victory. No victory is found for men the likes of me. I must imbue some solace in the knowledge that I did not cower in the face of chance, and all that could be done by me 'twas done with face of fearlessness.
Thou speaks in riddles still, so what large stones from catapults barraged thy soul amidst our time upon this land cannot have changed thee much. The sail remains unfurled. Take time to think on what thou wilt, and I shall call for thee when what needs be completed ere we part is done.
I thank thee for thy patience.
Exit Rodrigo.
To think has never needed time for me. I know my mind, which is too quick for minds of others to keep pace, and I must hope the distance twixt the two shall meet, or I may never find companionship.
Thou loathsome villain, thou infectious cur, thou tongue of poison and iniquity, the venom poured into my father's ears by thee, coercing faults of mine, didst plague his heart unto the point of death. What thoughts, what toxic thoughts beriddled his old soul because of thee, I shall make justice for. The king is dead because of thee, but I shall send thy soul to give him company, until St. Peter separates the two of you and damns thy soul to hell.
It was the truth that killed thy father in his sleep, not the source of the impartment of the truth. The weakness of thy mind cannot contain the fault this life has blessed thee of, a blessing in that thou art more a man within this form of mind.
Pernicious rogue, some fists were faulty choice to wound thee when I did encounter thee. This sword shall remedy what mercy I did so mistakenly give thee.
What? No Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to aid thee here? Behind what bodies shall you cower when I do remove some blood from thee? Thou foolish boy, thy numbered men thou hadst before didst make thee bold, and to the point of this delusion that thou hast some valor for this battle twixt us two.
Thou coward that makes duels with words and not with steel, I prithee raise thy sword, for I will not make hesitation to enact my princely right of execution on an armless man.
I am for thee.
Slay me, wretched man. So spare me nights awake and troubled sleeps from images of this accursed day.
I do not know if what occurs beyond this life is good or punishment, but I have known that this life doth contain naught but much punishment. Such punishment we do inflict upon ourselves. And so I pray thee live, or do not live. The choice belongs to thee. And if thou choosest death, I know the misery is greater when we must not be by our own hands, as every time we choose to be occurs by our own hands. Do not despair that hell is empty of my soul, for hell is here, and Satan's great device for torture be the hope that we will go some other place when death arrives. Farewell, strange prince.
Exit Iago.
This failure here requires some remedy, some action, or some retribution, for the constant failures I did curse upon my father are too great number and in scope to so permit this day to end in all days end. For all the differences within my soul will not make tolerance for setting suns and rising stars, as they do indicate no change upon this earth. Some remedy to aid my heart. I seek some solace ere I make my soul depart.
Exit Hamlet.